So in today's video, I'm going to show you some things you may not know in FC25. Starting off with, on this menu here, did you know you can see the season pass? All you have to do is press back on the controller. So opposite to start or pause, the other button will immediately take you to the season pass and you can redeem your rewards there, see how far away you are and much more. Now this doesn't just apply on this menu, you can also do it here by pressing the same button, again pressing back on the controller. If you don't want to do that, you can press LT or left trigger and you can go all the way down to objectives. Once you're on the objective screen, press L2 or left trigger again and just go to FC season. And as you can see there, bang, it takes us to the season pass. Now, this year is different to any other year because Ultimate Team, Career Mode, and Pro Clubs are all together in the season pass. So, for example, in our bundled reward, you can see here we get an Ultimate Team, a Clubs, and another Clubs one there. And there are multiple of these bundle rewards that give you extra things. See there again, Clubs, Player, Manager, Manager, Career there, and then an Ultimate Team reward. So it is worth leveling up that thing. Now, at the same time of that being announced, we also get objectives for everything. So we have Rush Mode objectives, the Ultimate Team objectives, as you know. That all goes towards your Season Pass. Now, if we leave Ultimate Team, you can also do this for Pro Clubs as well. But you can also check the Season Pass from here by pressing the same button again, pressing back on your controller. You can do it any time in any game mode. So, for example, let's head over to Clubs. We load into Clubs, and then we can do the exact same thing again. So we get myself the 25,000 or 250,000 club coins I got from doing basically one of the rewards. We get myself some glasses as well that I unlocked from doing the season pass. Now, once we get into the game mode, as we are out in, we can still press the same button and we can immediately go into this. Now, a lot of you that played Clubs, last year you had to get to the store. It was actually in Volta. This year it is in Clubs. So you just head over to Club Store by pressing RB or R1. Then you'll have yourself available all of these stuff. Now go into Essentials and you're going to have everything that's here. And you can actually change these at the top to boots, to facial hair, to facial accessories, tattoos, gloves, and arm sleeves, and hair. So they're all there for you. And if you don't want to use those types of hair, you can have the premium hair, or you can change it to that and have the boots, etc. So you can go ahead and change all this. Now this should update as the seasons go on, as I'd imagine. But that's also where the store is now. Heading back into Ultimate Team, we're going to talk about duplicate storage. It's a brand new thing that's come to FC25. If you don't know what duplicate storage is when you have a duplicate, you can actually save it. You don't have to discard it now, and we'll get to discarding in a second. But this only works with untradeable cards. So let me go ahead and complete a gold upgrade and see if we get an untradeable card. So we have done a gold upgrade. Let's go ahead and open up this pack. Now, we are looking for untradeable duplicates. If you have a tradable duplicate, you cannot put it in storage. So it only works if the card is untradeable. So let's see what we get out of this. There is no walkout. It will be great for the video, but there is no walkout. And as you can see here, we get ourselves one duplicate. As you can see there, it says untradeable duplicate. If we bring one down from my transfer list, it says duplicate, untradeable duplicate, and our normal card. So if we press right trigger or R2 on your controller, the first card goes into our club. Now we have our untradeable duplicate. If we press the right trigger or R2 again, it will go into our duplicate storage. And then as you can see here, we can't do anything with the tradable one. We can discard it, or we can put it up to the transfer list. But that's the only thing you can do. Now you're probably asking yourself, well, how do I access these duplicate storage cards and how can I put them into SBCs? All you need to do is this can be any SBC you want. Let's use it for the gold upgrade. When you go to the bench or any position, press X or square, and at the top of the screen there, we have got ourselves a transfer market, squad, club, SBC storage. So these are all the cards that are in my SBC storage, and you can filter them to high to low, to gold common, whatever you want on your SBC storage. So I'm going to go ahead and pop all of these in. Now, there's another trick. I get this question all the time. There is multiple ways to do SBCs. So a lot of you guys will probably do your SBCs like this. You go ahead, select your duplicate storage, you then go low to high like I've showed you, and then you go ahead and you put one card in at a time like that. One at a time in every single position. There is a much quicker way to do SBCs, and this has been available for many, many years. So let me know in the comment section down below if you didn't know this. But if you press pause or start, it says underneath chemistry 0 multiple swap. Once that's activated and it says refresh, you can then press LB and R1. If you look in the bottom left corner, you can see I'm moving that white dot along the bench. Now I'm going to move to the goalkeeper spot, and we have got ourselves Junior Menez there at the top left. But if we move to the right back position, there's nobody, so we can pop him in at the centre back position. And all I'm doing is pressing LB or RB and then A and X to drop those players into those positions on that mini radar at the bottom left. And it's telling me what position they're going in. And you can do this for every single SBC that's in FC25 and even in previous years. So if you're wondering how people do SBCs fast, that's how they do it. And if you do put someone in the same position, it'll just take them out. Like Colwell's gone in, now Espalaquet has gone out. And if we press circle or B twice, there is our team ready to be submitted. And there you go. So that's how you access the duplicate storage. That is also how you can do SBCs quite faster by pressing start or pause and doing the multiple swap. But let's go ahead and open up this pack while we're here. And then we'll get into how to change formations, because that has changed this year as well. Is it a walkout? It is not. And let's see what we get out of this. We get ourselves some more. So 2 duplicate storage players straight into our club again. So there we go. Lovely rinse and repeat cycle going on there. But let's go ahead and talk about how the formation changes work and much more. Now, this is a little bit more complicated than it has been any other time in the game. So we head over to our squad. You can see here, this is the team that we are using. You're going to want to click in your left analog stick. So make sure you click it in, and then you're going to go over to team management. Now, the reason why we go to team management is because we have default tactic, and I have a Chelsea tactic. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I have a Chelsea tactic, and what does it mean? Well, what this means is your managers now, for example, I've got myself Enzo, who is actually the Chelsea manager. And if you look, he has a preset tactic of Chelsea, which is a 4-2-3-1, short passing and high defensive approach. Also has the strengths and weaknesses. Ultimate passing game, win the ball quickly, plenty left in the tank, which means they don't get tired. But you can see that they're dependent on the possession, so you need to keep the ball. You have one striker up front who is going to be isolated, and you don't have a very wide option. Now, I'm pretty sure almost every single manager has this. So if we head down to our manager and we change this by just pressing X or square, or even A actually, and then we can go ahead and search for our manager, and we can see here, every manager is going to have himself a different role. So to check the roles, just click in the analog stick, 4-2-3-1, 4-4-1-1, 4-4-1-1, etc., etc. So if we get yourself a more well-known manager, so for example, let's go to Premier League, you'll be able to see here we've got ourselves a Mikel Arteta. With Mikel Arteta, he also plays a 4-3-3, short passing, high defensive. Again, weaknesses are compressed team, inconsistent build-up, minimal defensive cover, but team hardly breaks a sweat, which means they don't get tired at all. They have really good wide positioning and also looking for attack. So let's say you like that preset, you can then go ahead and swap Arteta into it, and it's going to come up saying, do you want to apply this tactical present? You can keep the previous one from Enzo if you wanted in the 4-2-3-1, or you can keep that. I'm going to apply it just for the sake of this video, and now you can see here we've got ourselves a default tactic, our new tactic, which is Arsenal, and our previous one is Chelsea, which is really useful to have. So now if we head back over to our team management, you can see here we've got ourselves the players. Now, some of these players are in the wrong position. So if you want to edit the tactic, you just press A or X. It's going to take you to the screen here to basically summarize what you need to do. And then all you need to do to change the players is you can change the formation here to have it not holding if you don't want to. And then you can change the build-up style to counterbalance, short passing. And they're the 3 options you have there. And then you have your pressure. Just like last year and the year before, the higher the pressure... Just like last year before, the higher the pressure, the higher up your team is. Now, once you're here, you can go ahead and press RB on your controller and you can do their roles. Now, this is where the game has changed a lot this year. And with your roles, you press A or X, and now as you see here, he's a winger. So he's a winger plus, he's a wide playmaker, and an inside forward plus. Now, if you want them to maximize their ability as an inside forward plus, you need to press A, and then you need to move them into the positions by pressing the right stick. So you can see here, that's with the ball what he'll do, and that is without the ball. So you want to make sure that you're checking all of these when you do that. But as you can see, as an in forward, he will come in next to Shevchenko, but our Salah is dropping back very wide. And the same for our left back and right back. They're pushing more up to cover the space. So it is becoming more and more technical. And the same for our Salah, who's actually an in forward plus plus. So it is better to have him on plus plus. Means he gets more bonuses and more benefits. So again, we can have a look what that role does. And it's the exact same thing as Savinho did. but he's also an inside forward as well. So they are both coming in now. So we ain't even got the wide option, and you can go through one by one while doing that. Now, if you want to swap a player, all you have to do is press Y or X, and you can see here we can swap them over to have Bruno Fernandes as a DM. Now, I don't have any DMs in this team, but we do have Gundogan now. You can actually play DM, and you can move them around like that. Now, you can see here, show activity map on the player. If they are in the green lines, that means they get the most chemistry possible. Now, you can't physically move them in, I believe. I haven't figured out a way to do that yet. But you can see here, that's just how you're going to see who's good at doing what. Now, of course, certain formations are going to have better situations with players. You don't want to have that yellow exclamation mark because you can see there, he isn't going to help you defensively. He's going to constantly stay out of the build-up, and he's going to have you a lack of options in terms of attacking. So you have yourself that formation, and then we've got ourselves the code there if you wanted to copy it at the @ABCXXER, for example. But you can go ahead and use a code from somebody else. Now, if you're watching some pro players, teams and stuff, you can use their codes if you want to. And then we have your own tactic. So let's just call it SDFG, for example. Doesn't mean anything. And we can then go ahead and edit our own tactic. We can change the formation to play direct. We can play cautious. We can have custom. Custom means you can just have the most free ability. And what you are looking to do here is have as many players on ++ as possible. Now, you want it to suit your own play style at the same time. So if you are someone that likes 3 at the back, or if you like somebody who likes to sit more in the middle, then that's the way to go. So obviously, I've got 2 wingers and 2 strikers. So I'm going to look for a 4-2-4. And then I'm going to have a look at build-up play. So we've got counter, short passing. For now, I'm just going to leave it on anything. I haven't played it enough to give you the best analysis of that. Once we've done that, just press A or X to save that. Then we're going to switch over to our player roles. Now, we are going to get these on as many of these ++ as we can. So you can see here, inside forward is only 1. We already know that Salah is a ++ on an inside forward. What have we got here is column 1. I got anything, a false 9. So that's fantastic. Shevchenko could be our advanced forward. And then we have a false 9 on column 1, which comes back and helps. Then we got ourselves Gundogan, who can be a playmaker on a +. We've got Bruno Fernandes, who unfortunately doesn't help us, but we can change him to a holding if we wanted to, or a half winger to help out with the Savinho. But you have to be careful because you can see there, the green dots is where he's going to be without the ball. You can see there it says without the ball on our switch screen. So when you don't have the ball, he's going to drift outside there, which means we've got Gundogan on his own. So it is important that you keep them on their roles. So holding is going to be better in this type of formation if I were to play it. And playmaker is going to help me. So I'd have 5 in attack and Bruno Fernandes sitting back. Not the best example of players, but just to give you an idea. Now, if we press the right stick to the right, we can have a look with the ball. And you can see here, that's exactly how it works. Like I said, 5 attackers and then 4 defenders. Now, we can decide what to do with our left back and right back. We can have them on full back or wing back. Now, we could push him up the left-hand side if we wanted to. We could probably do the same with Kyle Walker. So he's a false back. So a false back is kind of like what everybody does in real life now. Your right back and left back drifts into the middle. So you can see that it actually works out perfectly in our situation because now Kyle Walker is going to drift into where Gundogan would be if he wasn't attacking. So this is with the ball. So let's say we win the ball. Kyle Walker drops into where Gundogan goes. Gundogan goes forward. So then we have 5 back here in a very compact middle. Yes, we are losing our right-hand side, but that's the whole point of tactics. And then our left-hand side is pushing up the other side, and the right-hand side is sort of balancing. We've got 6 in attack here and about 3 or 4 in defense. Now, without the ball, they immediately switch back to where we need them to be. And you can do this for almost every single defender and every position. Probably not the goalkeeper, or you can do the goalkeeper. So we've got sweeper keeper plus there, which means you can see here, he's able to stop attacks and support build-up by basically coming out of his goal line a bit more. So there are multiple things to do. I recommend playing around with these and finding what suits you more. There is a lot of information to take. And then we are going to go ahead and move in to our last thing, which is going to be evolutions. Now, evolutions are actually a little bit different to where they were last year. Now, these have caps on them. You know what cap means? It means it limits your player to the stats. So let's go ahead and use this Evo in front of us now. You can see here it gives us a +1 on skill moves, a +3 on passing, a +3 on dribbling, a +3 on physical, +3 on defending. But if you notice next to the skill moves and the dribbling, there's a weird arrow pointing up with a line in front. That means that is capped off at 4-star skills and 85 dribbling. So let's go ahead and use Kolo Muani as an example, who's got 4-star skills. And if we have a look at his dribbling stats, he's got himself 81. So if we go ahead and preview him, you can see skill moves will not be upgraded. They are capped to 4, so this Evo won't improve his skill moves. He only gets a +3 on dribbling, but that's fine anyway because it's maxed at 85, but he only gets 84. But then his passing will also be capped at 90 if it needed to. So you can see here, some of your Evos, for example, pace won't be upgraded because it's capped at 84, 87. but there isn't any one for this one. And the same for shooting, it's capped at 87. So he's going to get +4 in shooting, but you can see there on his card underneath my camera, there's a green arrow up for shooting, but there is a cap on the pace. So the pace will not go up. So it is really important that you are checking which players work, because you can technically evo every single player, but just because you can evo every single player doesn't mean they're actually getting boost. So it is careful to know. So here again, this is a skill move boost and a shooting boost and a dribbling boost. So they are all capped to 3-star skill, 86 shooting, and 87 dribbling. And again, there you go. So if we go to the last one, we can go ahead and select a player. So let's go ahead and select Kolo Muani again. We can see here, no skill moves because he's already got 4-star. Gets a +2 on dribbling because it's maxed at 87 and he's only got 83 or 81 to start off with. The same with his shooting at level 1. He gets a +3 because the max is 86. He's only got 83 shooting. The same for dribbling. He's got 83 instead of 87. But no skill moves will be upgraded in this Evo because he's already got 4-star and the cap is at 3-star skill move. And you can do this for almost all of them. So make sure you are checking all of these. It is a bit of a headache and a bit of your head to get around. But that's going to be everything in today's video. If you want to see more videos like this, comment down below. And if you're new to the channel, smash that like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.